Zillow Offers has been totally halted and claimed a $400 million loss last quarter. But what the heck is an iBuyer? What is next for the world of iBuyers? And what does this mean for you and I? I'm Stephen Michalakos, and these are my Thursday thoughts. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a brand new episode of Thursday Thoughts. This week is a really fantastic episode. We're actually going to talk about what the heck an iBuyer even is. If you've ever seen it on TV where it's an instant offer or ready to go and will buy your house, you don't even have to put it on the market, you're going to want to pay attention to the episode this week. But first, as always, if you would, go ahead and show me some love down in the like and comment section so that Instagram and Facebook know to circulate my content so we can find more fine viewers just like yourself and grow our channel. Thank you so much for your support on my videos, and now let's get into today's topic. So whether you enjoy watching TV, a little bit of YouTube, or just some videos on social media, there's a really good chance you've seen some of these ads for OfferPad and Opendoor and Redfin Now, or obviously Zillow Offers. And these are just many examples of what is an iBuyer company. Now, these companies are not internet buyers like a lot of people think. They're instant buyers, which is way better if you're an off-market seller, right? Obviously, they're sight unseen, they're totally cash, and they can close within the matter of a couple of days. Now, these iBuyers have a very specific model, and that model is to see if they can go after off-market listings, which means people who don't have their house listed or have showed any intent to sell otherwise, and just hope that they would be enticed enough by a very big pile of money, and who isn't, right? But they hope to get enough of these and do very, very minor repairs to each one of these homes that they pick up. So this is not like the we buy ugly houses people or distressed homes or anything like that. These are people that want to buy very solid homes and just slap a nice coat of paint on it, pressure wash it, do a little bit of landscaping, and then throw it back on the market from their company and take the proceeds and make more money and go buy more homes. So why do people end up selling their home to these iBuyers in the first place? Well, that's a really good question, and I wonder that myself, because a lot of these iBuyers, claim to save a hassle of time, because you don't have to list or show or stage or market your home or anything like that, which I don't understand how that's really a big convenience saver, because that's not the seller's job, it's mine. But that's all they claim to help the seller with, because there's definitely not a cash savings there, because by Zillow's own admission, sales fees for selling directly to them is anywhere between 5 and 9%, which I don't know about you, but doesn't really sound like a savings, at least monetarily. But because they can close in that 2 days and that you don't have to show your home or meet with a relatively handsome agent, they think that you're going to save some time. And if time is really all you care about, then I guess some people might play into it. So these sellers that are really pressed for time, they get caught into this by the big pile of money that these companies will like to offer. We already know the draw, we already know it's cash, we already know it can close quickly. So if you're just like, F this, I'm out, I want to sell my house immediately, great. You're not really saving money, but time is of the essence. Sure, let's go for that. How does Zillow Offers and all these other companies come up with that big pile of money? Where do they get the number from in the first place, right? That's a really great question. They make it up. And if you think I'm joking, by Zillow's own admission, they use the same algorithm that they use for Zestimates. Now, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you already know where my heart is on these Zestimates. They are computorial, totally algorithmic. There's really no hyperlocal market science behind it. And if applied broadly, you're going to find yourself to be in a specific situation, kind of like how Zillow is. So why did Zillow stop doing it? Why are they cutting back? Why did they lose so much money? Well, because that same algorithm that told them how much to offer on these houses also tried to predict the market and tell them that they can make money by selling in a stipulated amount of time according to the algorithm. So the algorithm might come back and say, oh, if you hold on to it for a month, you can make 10 grand, but if you hold on to it for 6 months, you might make 11. So you have to figure out what your time is worth. And the problem with that is it was just not accurate at all. And Zillow ended up losing a lot of money because of it. In fact, there's a very specific account that came out today where Zillow ended up purchasing a home out in California, and it sat on the market until they had to drop it and drop it and drop it until they only made a $300 profit. So their algorithm completely failed them. And the point of this video is not to sit here and beat up on Zillow offers, as much as I really like to do that. And it's not to sit here and beat up on them and say, haha, they failed, but it's to prove my prior points and all my other colleagues' points about these companies that say, you know, the future of real estate is iBuying and these larger conglomerates and all these, right? It's not. It's hyper local market knowledge that's really going to drive accurate investorship, homeownership, pricing, everything, you name it. Nobody can sit in a chair in Seattle or New York or Texas and tell you what's going on in our town. It does not simply compute that way. It does require a little bit of hands-on information and understanding of a local market. So what are a few takeaways from Zillow's big ouchie? Well, the first one being that they had no choice but to liquidate a lot of homes to a holdings company, very infamous BlackRock, for literally pennies on the dollar. And the fact that BlackRock is able to hold on to all those properties and looking forward to holding onto all those properties just proves my point from my video, I think 3 or 4 weeks back, about how there are still investing companies that want to hold on to real property as they see a lot of upside potential. The second thing that we learned from this was that these companies that claim to be experts and can predict the market used their model to predict the market, which then failed to predict the market, and now they are out of the market. So before we get too caught up on the future track of the market by media or larger companies or multi-billion-dollar conglomerates, please remember that nobody actually knows the fate of the market. We have to track it organically in real time. If somebody can tell you what's going to happen next year or in 3 months or in 2 years, they're full of it. So if I had to make one last appeal of what you should take away from this week's Thursday Thoughts, it's this. Do not, under any circumstances, ever take an instant valuation on your home for credence. Please trust the local experts, and if you absolutely have to sell your house, don't go find one company that's willing to buy it right now. Appeal to the masses. There are a lot of buyers out there that can probably even do better than a lot of these folks, and might even still be able to close with just the same expediency. So don't ever limit yourself, especially in a market that begs for more inventory. You have a lot of power as a seller, and you should never limit yourself to just one buyer when there are plenty of hungry folks out there like that. And that is all the time we have for this week. Thank you so much for watching and for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this this week, because I certainly did. Please like and comment and share down below if possible, so that we can continue to grow this channel. I really enjoy doing these videos and enjoying having you as a viewer. So thank you so much again, and we will see you next Thursday.